Adam Page. A lot of Adam Page's post all-out run has largely been terrible because they didn't put any thought process. They're not trying to make a memorable reign for Hangman, and I'm already over it. Not because it's Hangman's fault, because the company has fucking failed the Hangman. Now, coming out of All In, his first feud was against Kyle Fletcher. Now, I don't know how anybody got excited about that, and we gave reasons why we didn't really care about that match. There was no story. It was haphazardly put together. It was a match that went 40 minutes for the sake of going 40 minutes because they wanted to prove me, you, Jim Cornette, Stevie Richards, everybody wrong. They thought the thought process was if we allow them to go 40 minutes and we put on a banger 5.5-star Meltzer classic, everything that these guys said would be erased. The criticisms would be silenced. Meanwhile, I saw right through that shit. You're not fooling me. It didn't need to go 40 minutes, and it was a very predictable outcome that gave us the result that we all knew going in. Kyle Fletcher was a loser. So many negatives there. Kyle Fletcher lost. It didn't make him into a star. They put him right back on television to feud with fucking Hologram and Orange Cassidy and Commander and Mark Briscoe. So what star was made there? No star. And then he's the TNT champion on top of that. Your priority, because they don't give a shit, is to build the TNT title up on Kyle Fletcher and make that title mean something. And have Fletcher make that title mean something. It's a cohesive unit. It's got to work both ways. They didn't do that. So last week, Jesse, we get Hangman saving the day and helping, or I guess the Ops, helping Hangman against the Death Riders, or vice versa, whichever way it ended up being. And we got this 6-man tag team match tonight. And I didn't really think much of it coming in. It was Hangman and Samoa Joe and Will Hobbs against the Death Riders, Claudio and Danny Garcia and Jon Moxley. And then by the end of the match, all of a sudden we see Samoa Joe have a problem with Hangman. And apparently Hangman picked up Joe's Trios title, handed it to him, and quote-unquote accidentally dropped it. Samoa Joe took a problem with this. He thought Hangman was disrespecting him and the championship that he holds as a part of the Ops. All of a sudden, we get words exchanged, and we get both guys kind of getting, built up and angered. And then all of a sudden, we see a sea of security and agents run out there, try to separate a fight that didn't even happen yet. Joe threw a punch. Security got involved and separated them. And then we get Samoa Joe yelling, "You never beat me. You haven't beat me." And then a couple of moments later in the back, Renee's interviewing Joe, and Joe laid down the challenge for WrestleDream. Joe wants a shot at Hangman. Hangman says, fine. WrestleDream match for the AEW World Championship is now made official for WrestleDream. Hangman Page versus Samoa Joe. On paper, can't complain about a Hangman and Samoa Joe match. I think both guys are great. We love Joe. We love Hangman. But the thing is, Jesse, I wonder how long the creative minds in AEW took to formulate this unbelievable story here for Hangman. I never in my wildest imaginations in 2025 think I would watch a pro wrestling show and a world championship match is made legitimately because a babyface dropped a title held by another babyface. The babyface and Samoa Joe gets angry, and all of a sudden we get a tag team match, or we get a world championship match out of it, born from this tag team match. The way that I look at it is, don't you want Hangman to be the most over champion in your company as a babyface champion? How do you think this is going to work when you have Adam Page, who is a babyface champion, and a babyface champion in Samoa Joe, who is equally as over and respected by everybody? How do you think that's going to work in the end here? Someone's going to be booed. Someone is going to be on the receiving end of not being good here. So I don't understand how the fuck they think this is going to work and what the whole process is here. Because to me, not only is it fucking lazy, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And again, I will reiterate, you had Mark Briscoe standing right there waiting for a championship. I don't understand how you just gloss over Mark Briscoe, who beat MJF at the pay-per-view, a former world champion. He was told he needed to prove it to everybody. He did. And now he's there standing asking for a fucking match against Kyle Fletcher. Is that the reward Mark Briscoe is going to get after beating a former world champion in MJF, a fucking TNT championship match? Bro, they went about this all wrong. If you wanted to put a babyface in a losing situation against Hangman, why does it got to be Samoa Joe? Why can't it be Mark Briscoe? Meanwhile, we're going to get the same fucking outcome. You might as well use the guy that makes the most sense instead of the guy that doesn't make any sense at all. I'm very confused, bro.
It looked like they pulled this match out of thin air. It looked like they just pulled this feud completely just out of their ass. I don't know how we get it. Escalated quicker than anything I've ever fucking seen before. They just cut a promo together where Hangman said, hey, bro, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been able to win this championship. So I got your back. Shibata is out. You can count on me. I'm down for the team. You know what I'm saying? I got you, bro. Let's get this shit done. They went out there, did the thing. Everything else got the win, came out. And one thing happened where the title was not held. I don't know who dropped it. I don't know if it was intentionally slammed or whatnot. But that miscue turned into a world title match in a matter of 2 minutes. That escalated quick as shit. And it made no sense. It made me and my viewing audience sit around asking questions like, how did we get here? What the fuck just happened? That was it?
Bro, and you're gonna get the sickos complaining. We're gonna get the sickos complaining because we're complaining about how all this came about. They're gonna complain to us that we're complaining about a Samoa Joe and Hangman match. But how the fuck did we get here?
How they got there.
How did we get here?
We're complaining about how they got there. I mean, sometimes it's not about what you're getting. If your child was stranded somewhere and needed a ride home and then she arrived, you'd be happy. Sweet. I'm glad you're here. I wanted you to be home. How did you get here? Oh, wait, a pimp dropped you off? You were in the car with a pimp? What the fuck were you doing in the car with a pimp? Why are you angry? I'm home. Aren't you happy I'm home? Yes, but I don't want you in the fucking car with a pimp. How did we get here? This makes no sense.
I don't know. I don't know how this place is operating. I don't know who thinks this is right. I don't. Weeks ago, you had Hangman tell MJF he's got to beat Mark Briscoe to earn a match against him. What did he do? He beat Mark Briscoe. He earned a match. Where is Hangman now? Where? Mark Briscoe just beat MJF. But you think it's all right for Hangman to show up last week and magically give a world title match to Lee Moriarty? But it's not all right to give a world title match to Mark Briscoe. Yet we're sitting here today talking about Samoa Joe being granted a championship match because he felt disrespected in a tag team match. He dropped his title. He made a tag when he wasn't looking, when he shouldn't have made a tag. Are you fucking kidding me? Mark Briscoe was about to be burned alive. Where is Hangman now that Mark Briscoe has vanquished and sent, in his own words tonight, MJF on sabbatical? Don't you think if Hangman was a fighting champion, that he'd give Mark Briscoe a championship match after everything that he's done? No, Lee Moriarty and Samoa Joe are ahead of Mark Briscoe.
One day he said in a promo that Mark Briscoe deserved it. He said Mark Briscoe deserved the title match before he beat MJF. Never got that title match. Then he beat MJF. Still never got that title match.
AEW has done one thing and completely moved on to something else in a span of 3 weeks. I don't get it. The direction that you should be building towards is Hangman and Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher and Kenny Omega. That's what you should be building towards. Meanwhile, you got Andrade and Kenny Omega because you got to give him the big return. Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher and Samoa Joe and Hangman. How does this make any fucking sense whatsoever? Mark Briscoe is losing to Kyle Fletcher. If he's going to lose to Kyle Fletcher, you might as well have put him in a match against Hangman if he was going to lose to somebody.
Might be prime real estate to turn Mark Briscoe heel. He has a legitimate gripe. The fuck do I keep getting passed over for around here?
I don't believe this place, dude. I don't believe it. Nobody sees this. The fan base doesn't see it. If this was any other show, we'd say the same exact fucking thing. This is just not an AEW thing. I mean, it's just so much more blatant here.
No.
Was it so hard to give this guy a world championship match and have it make sense? Paige's run has been fucking dreadful. What is this reign? Kyle Fletcher. Oh, you went 40 minutes. It's a great match. Now Samoa Joe? What has Samoa Joe done in the world championship? What? This guy's been battling the Death Riders for 10 months. And now all of a sudden you mean to tell me Joe's going to throw that out the window because of a drop title? Because of a tag that Paige made blind? 10 months of battling the Death Riders. And this is what you want to give everything up for. Bro, I swear to God, man, our intelligence is insulted every single week, bro. This may be the straw that broke the camel's back, man. I don't. Who are these characters? Who are they? Do they know what they even want?
No.
I swear to God, I can't do it. Maybe we are watching the show the wrong way. Maybe we need to watch this as a fucking dumbed down, singular brain cell fucking idiot. That's what we got to do. That's how we got to watch the show. None of this would matter.
I wholeheartedly believe if we only watched the show and only graded it on the pro wrestling, only graded it on the in-ring stuff, then it wouldn't be that bad of a show. But the only problem is that's like watching an indie show every week, and that gets boring. The only thing fun about an indie show is being there live and taking in the energy. And that's what it would be the same thing as going to an AEW show, man. You go to an AEW show right now, as you're not enjoying the storylines, the energy is still fun. You go there, you have a couple of beers with your friends, and you get the entrance music, and everybody is like-minded wrestling fans. It'll be fun. As you're sitting at home consuming this stuff, watching just in-ring wrestling gets extremely boring. The thing that keeps you interested is the stories in between the matches and the stories in the matches and the stories coming out of the matches. And if those aren't captivating, then it is a very tiresome watch on television. So for the people that want to say, well, look at these live crowds, they're having fun. Bro, if you're a pro wrestling fan and you don't have fun at a live pro wrestling show, then chances are you are not an actually real pro wrestling fan. Okay? Live pro wrestling is just fun. Live sporting events is fun. You can go to a sporting event you not even like and probably still have fun because of the excitement, because of the atmosphere, because of the environment. But watching it at home is boring as shit with no stories. And that's where they're lacking. That's why we're all sitting at home bored. And that's why the crowd, you'll see them getting hyped for music and interests and this and that. Yeah, they're there to have fun, man. They spent money. They have a night out with their family, their kids, their girl, and they're having some fun at a live show. It's fun live. It's not fun at home.
Bro, I had my best friend Pete text me today. He lives in North Carolina. He texted me today with a picture of Blood and Guts coming to the Greensboro Coliseum in North Carolina. He asked me, you want to go? Fly down here and we'll go together? I'm like, bro, I want to see you. I want to hang out. I can't willingly give them my hard-earned money for an obviously terrible product. The answer is no. I can't do it. I won't even sit there if you got me the tickets to go for free, bro. Me physically being present around this product is a waste of my time. Me watching it every fucking week is a waste of my time. This chat, this stream is the only reason why I watch AEW. That's it. Because it's my job and I have a job to do and I have fulfillments and commitments to make to my loyal audience and to Jesse. That's it. I would not watch this. We talked about it last night on TNT. And someone asked about AEW, a lot of AEW questions. How would we fix it? What would we do different? If one of the questions was, if Tony Khan offered you a consulting gig for AEW, would you take it? No, I wouldn't. Why would I take it? How many times have we told him exactly what to do on the show? How many times has Jim Cornette and Brian Last told him what the fuck is wrong with the show? And he's not listening to anybody but the fucking people that he surrounded himself with, which is nothing but glorified Vince McMahon, Johnny Laurinaitis, Bruce Pritchard, like yes men. That's exactly what he's done. He doesn't want to hear criticisms. He wants to hear people tell him that he's doing a great job so he can go on the next fucking outlet to a bunch of fucking idiots and tell everybody that AEW's 2025 is the greatest year ever. Everything's up. Everything's great. Everything is fantastic. No, it's not. It's not.
I take it. I take it because I'm not going to sit here and call myself a fan and tell everybody that I want it to get better, but not take an opportunity to help. I'm not going to sit here and complain about it and then not try to help if offered, if asked. You know, I would take it. And if it don't work out,
you want to help someone that doesn't want to be helped.
If it don't work out, I come here and say, hey, this is why it didn't work out. But I'm not going to sit here and not offer help if asked and then complain that it's not right. That's just me. That's just me. I would, why? Because I am a fan and I do want it to succeed. And if I think I can offer anything to help, and if I'm given the opportunity, I would take it. If it don't work out, I would have an absolute list as to why it didn't work out. Hey, I offered this, and this, and they gave us instead this, and that. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm a fan and if I actually wanted to succeed, and if I think I have something to offer, I give it a shot. Why fucking not, man? I want to see the shit work. You know, why not? If it don't, it don't. But right now, it's not working at all. So, I mean, if I can offer some help, I would give it a shot, man. I mean, if I didn't give a shit, then I wouldn't offer my help. Why? Because I don't give a shit.
We need more people to preach what we have already done in the first 45 minutes of this show. You're not going to get a lot of people to do that. You're not. Solomon will probably do it. He'll bring up the what ifs and why this should happen and why that won't happen. We'll do it. There's not many. You got reactors now reacting to AEW that weren't reacting to AEW previously. This is what AEW wants. They want the engagement. This shit is not going to help them. It's not going to help them get to where they need to be. They've lost way too many fans by their actions and their fucking lack of storytelling to bring anybody back. They've driven me fucking away, and all I wanted to do was help them. They don't give a fuck. You need upfront and honest people. And right now, there's only a handful of us, and we're the ones blacklisted. We're the ones that are the scapegoats in the community. Then the fan base listens to us, they clip us, and then they fucking poke fun of us. They poke fun of us, and they criticize us for being right. That's the problem. That's the fucked up thing. AEW has conditioned its fan base to think that everybody else saying what we're saying is wrong. Meanwhile, there's nobody watching us right now that can factually come to us and tell us, well, man, you're not speaking right. You don't have a point. I think you're completely off base. Really? I'd love anybody to come fucking combat what me and Jesse already said here about the topics that we've already discussed. You can't. You can't.
Yeah. Social media is built and made for and structured for professional trolls. So any and everything they can take to talk shit about somebody, they'll do it in a heartbeat. So I try to ignore people like that. If I know I'm making a valid point and I know I'm making sense in whatever topic I'm talking about, and they want to clip it and then say some shit about how I'm not making sense, in my heart of hearts, if I believe I'm making sense, I know you're a professional fucking troll, or you're just fucking a tribalistic fucking sicko, or whatever the case may be. I don't think I'm perfect in everything. I could have a take that might not be accurate, and I can take a constructive criticism about that take. But when you start just name calling it and just defending stupidity, I don't value your opinion, so I ignore you. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's supposed to be a discussion. I don't think one person can just walk in and fix what's going on here in AEW. It's going to take some discussion. Hey, what if we did that? No, I don't think that would work. Well, why not? Because of this and this. Oh, okay. Oh, speaking of that and that, we can do this and this and make that and that work. Oh, that's a good point. It's supposed to be a discussion, a round table, a think tank, and somebody needs to make sure that you poke holes in the bullshit. Like, hey, wait, whoa. Why is this guy getting a title match? He just lost. It makes no sense. We shouldn't do that. If we want to do that, we have to get there. We can't just jump there. Let's put a pin in that and let me help you get you to that point. That is how you come up with good creative. It is not, hey, I want this guy to have a title match. Let's do it Wednesday. Okay. Wait, why? Well, we're in his hometown, so let's do it. No, that's not how we fucking do that. You want to showcase the guy at his hometown? Great. But we're not going to do it by just giving him a fucking title match because it's his hometown. We got to find a different way to showcase him. There is nobody doing this, and you can tell there's nobody poking holes in the nonsense, because if they were, we wouldn't get some of this stuff that we're getting right now. So they need to fix the process. The process is not working. I can't claim to know what the process is, but I can claim to tell you that the process is not giving out a good result.